Alright guys, we're back with war number 7. We've got another short war, one annoying fight for me, and one really fun fight because it's a brand new one. So first we've got a Wiccan against Cersei on node 1. Of course, I missed the parry at the very beginning, which just means I have to wait out the glancing node here. Once I can wait out the glancing, I time it so that I get my light ending combo to get the neutralize on. Then I go for another light ending combo with special 1 to get the extended duration on the neutralize. Make sure I get my resistance up by dashing back and holding block so I can block any unblockable specials from Cosmics. So in case she gets an unblockable. But really it's all about keeping the healing nodes in check on this one. So as long as we keep up the neutralize, we are in good shape. And that's really all I needed Wiccan for this war, is just to get this Cersei fight done. And it worked out really well. So that's exactly what we needed. And it is a beefy Cersei at this point, but Wiccan is up for the task. No problem there. So that's one fight. And again, if you're new to the channel, 2 accounts. So I do Pass 1 and Path 3 in the same battle group. This Mystic Spider-Man or Spider-Man Supreme, I've done this one years ago, or it feels at this point, or seasons ago, and with Cassie, and I make a mistake on this one. At the beginning, everything is working out okay. I know he's going to be unblockable. I go ahead, I get the dex on the special 1, no problem. There, I go for another heavy just to keep up the power stings. I'm feeling pretty good, and then I get clipped on a dash back. And then I get clipped again and again and again, and it just doesn't stop. Even my evade timing was off. I tried to go into a power stings like a heavy into a special 2. Try to catch him again, and for this again, for whatever reason, I was slightly late on my on the decks there, and I did some duels. I practiced because I knew it was going to be unblockable. There, I get it, no problem. But whatever it is, it just wasn't working in my favor this time. He gets the full resist there on the heavy, which is just good mastery choice by the defender. But again, I feel like at this point I probably would have been fine. But then again, I get clipped by the unblockable special 1. I practiced it, felt really confident about it. I knew I had done it before, and I just could not get the evade again. It just wasn't working for me. And I heal up, I go back in, and I have literally no problem with it on this one. Now again, it is just one death. Every death is very annoying when you're pushing into higher tiers in Alliance War. And this one, we did get the win, which was great. And it does push us into tier 1 again for the next war. Unfortunately, the way it works right now is, I think for the next war, when we go up a tier, we get 1 million bans, and the other team doesn't get as many bans as we do, which is a little annoying. But here we did a little crisscross again like last time. We take the same account into Path 3 for Section 2. The Nimrod here is the Thorns node. I had an invulnerability boost on, I think, from the previous fight, and I eat a combo, which is just annoying, which is fine. We'll be okay. Knull is a rank 3. He's an absolute beast. We just go ahead and make sure that if we do get bleeds on us, which we do, we're going to be debuff immune because of the amount of debuffs we have on Nimrod, because we're a decay attacker. So that is why I take like no damage from any bleeds that are on me. At the same time, we're just trying to mitigate the armor ups, and it's Nimrod, so I'm still going to get like power locked over bar power, but we finish with a full yellow bar. Beautiful fight. Another next fight is Prowler. Now he has nothing to do with the there's nothing really to do with the node itself, but he is a sugar pill defender. So I did practice fighting Prowler again in terms of just baiting heavies. Really nothing I have to do except make sure I don't counter his specials right away, because then I'll get faltered. But here I just bait out his heavy attack in with my own. I'm gonna get corruption in a second. There we go. And now we're hitting really hard. If we can just get, there we go, bait another hit, like made another heavy, and we are hitting really hard. He is absolutely melting. And yeah, Knull does exactly what we need for these fights. Can't really complain. Get another heavy there and finish both of the fights with the full yellow bar. Now we're going to go back to section 1. We're going to do path 3. The first 2 fights we're going to do with Void against Werewolf and Scarlet, like Sigil Scarlet Witch. Both really easy fights with Void, because these are global defenders. We are Decay Attacker, so I just have to make sure that I am knocking them down in order to apply the slow. That is the key bit here. Just make sure you apply the slow so that when you do your evades, you're not triggering the unstoppable. Other than that, we are just absolutely wrecking these fights. The intimidating debuffs are just, and a combination of the withers as well. Just the damage over time from Void is fantastic and just absolutely melts the opponents. So that's the Werewolf fight down. And again, I did speed up the fights a little bit just because I know I'm doing so many fights per war because I've got the 2 accounts. So like minimum we're going to get is 8, but I'm usually doing some form of mini boss or boss action. Here we have a really fun mini boss, and it's the first time I'm doing the fighting this opponent in Alliance War. So we'll see that in a second. So first we got to get through path 3 in section 1 and path 1 in section 2, but it is going to be pretty straightforward. Void absolutely wrecking Scarlet Witch. Just got to watch out for her unblockable here and there, but other than that, it is not a big deal at all. Make sure it's easy to evade the special 1, and then that's it. 1 more combo, striker finished. We're almost at 100%. Next, in path 1 in section 2, we've got Viv for Mr. Sinister. If you haven't seen my the glorious games like Tech Quest, where it's all mutants and you have to bring in tech champions, I used Viv for so many different defenders, literally the entire quest. And one of them was Mr. Sinister. So Viv, super easy Mr. Sinister counter, medium ending combos to apply the passive heal block, get off the special 2. And then when you're above a bar of power and he's below a bar of power, you can spam those special 1s. You can usually get 3 in a row. Again, if you're at like max sig, you can get a whole bunch there. But there we go. He is done. Next up is Iron Man Infinity War. He is a metal champion on this buffet and Arc Overload node. So we are going to bring in Magneto. Old faithful Magneto for metal champions. So very easy here. We are just going to continue with trying to get some heavy counters in. Try and get some parries if we can. I'm not a big re-parry guy, but I can still parry off of his heavies. And once we get up to 3 bars of power, we charge our, charge our prowess, hold heavy, double up those prowesses a couple times, big special 3, and that will be it for Iron Man Infinity War. So again, nothing too crazy here. A little bit slow every time I use Magneto, but slow and steady wins the race here. That's all we want. We want solos. So we go ahead, get to special 3, and crumple them up, and the bleeds do the rest of the work. So we'll just back away, throw a striker, boom, gone. Last but not least, we've got node 38, where we got Deathless Thanos. And this is the node ebb and flow knockdown. When you knock them down, they're gonna be debuff immune, but you can there's a protection that only gets removed when you knock them down. So my plan here is to try and keep up, similar to what I do with Sassy, is just let the intimidating debuffs do their work and do not knock him down the entire time. I do change my methodology partway through the fight because the only thing that I have a hard time with on this one is because I'm trying not to do too many combos, because there you can see I accidentally triggered the unstoppable. So I have to back off, and it's just a spacing issue. There's a counter punch charge that Deathless Thanos has, and when he has a few of them, there we got the full evade on the special 2. That was nice. But when he has 2, you don't want to hit into his block and him letting him counter punch you. So you're really only doing a few hits at a time to limit those counter punch charges. There, unfortunately, I get clapped by a special 1, but I do not lose my composure. I see that I triggered the unstoppable. I'm stuck in the corner. I'm halfway done his health. I'm doing pretty well on my intimidating debuffs, and I figure, you know what? Fine. I'll throw the special 3, get a little bit of health back, and now I'll have my I'm in the Fear of the Void. The protection is down. I get my I get a nice striker, and now I wait for the debuff immunity to disappear so I can parry freely again. And then I just build up my intimidating debuffs for a second time. So it actually worked out okay. It just had to be really careful of potentially triggering that unstoppable. And other than that, I was really happy with the way it turned out. You can see he's down to 20% health, and I'm just doing parry and like medium, light, medium. I'm not doing a lot of hits there. Again, I trigger the unstoppable through the striker, but we're just going to wait it out. And I think we drop one more special 3 for the final icing on the cake. So not my smoothest fight, but the first time doing it, I was really, really happy. So hopefully you enjoyed the war guides. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.